Today I thought we would do a little dive on one of my favorite bands that presumably no longer exists, an LA-based bubblegum punk band called The 10th. On June 30th, 2018, the 10th band Instagram account shared their first posts, including the founding members of the band, Taylor Blackwell and Harley Quinn Smith. Soon after, they released their first 4-track EP, Boys We Don't Know. Several months later, the band announced 2 new members joining, Eden Hain on guitar and Kelly Cruz on drums. Following that, they announced their debut album, Dunes, which would release on February 10th, 2019. The band played their first full lineup show at Junior High's gala on February 7th, 2019. In an interview with LA's Junior High magazine, when asked about the band's origins, Smith said, "At the same time that we met, I was auditioning for Carrie Brownstein's pilot for Search and Destroy, and I became obsessed with Sleater-Kinney. I went in to audition for Carrie, and then after that was like, oh my god, even if I don't get the part, I want to be in a band right now. I did not get the part, but then Taylor and I went to the Smell for the first time." Bearer asks who was playing. Blackwell says, "I don't know, I think we only stayed for the first band." Bearer says, "But you were sold." Smith says, "Yeah, we turned to each other at one point and said we should start a band." So let's talk a little bit about the members of the band. So obviously I've mentioned them by name in the intro, but we've got Harley Quinn Smith, who is an actress, probably best known for being a comic book guy and film director Kevin Smith's daughter. We've got Taylor Blackwell, who is an actor, artist, musician, writer, and creator of the Infinite Possibilities Oracle deck, according to her website. Eden Hain, who is the event manager at Junior High in LA, which is a nonprofit community art space prioritizing the safety and expression of female, queer, non-binary, and artists of color. And Kelly Cruz, an LA drummer who can most recently be seen as a Mandalorian drummer in 3 episodes of Season 3 of the Star Wars series The Mandalorian. On August 18th, 2018, the band released their first EP, Boys We Don't Know, consisting of 4 tracks. Kyle, Steven, Jules, and Sid, along with somewhat of a deluxe edition where Taylor and Harley sort of broke down each song on the album, sort of talked about who it was about or what the song was about, and it's really cool and you should listen to it. And then February 10th, 2019, the band released their debut and only album right now, Dunes. Dunes is a 13-song LP consisting of the tracks I Will Not Make Any Boring Art, I Saw a Ghost, Thanks Rob, Painted Saint, Goodbye Chelsea, I'll Go When It's My Time, Hymns and Hieroglyphs, Baby Blue, Stop Pretending This Song Is Not About Me, How Dare You, Friends on Billboards, I Don't Feel This Way Anymore, and Running Backwards. After the release of Dunes, the band put out a bunch of music videos and also started playing a handful of shows around LA in 2019. When the 10th was active, I was nearing the end of my adolescence in mid-February 2019, and I was deep into writing and publishing an arts magazine called Gillazine. And so I shot my shot one day and sort of reached out to the band's Instagram to see if I could interview someone about the new record and so on. And I actually got to interview Taylor for my magazine, and it's something I hold in a special place in my heart because obviously if I'm doing this video, the band obviously meant a lot to me, and they're still one of my favorite bands to this day. So that was really cool. And I did a little art piece to go along with it when I published it in my magazine. On July 8th, 2019, the band posted they were in a studio recording. Several days later, they posted photos with the caption, "Where should we tour?" The band played LA venue The Troubadour on August 23rd, 2019, and played a gig the following night at Alex's Bar in Long Beach. Now, they didn't promote this show anywhere on their Instagram that I could have seen. They could have done it on their story, but this was 4 years ago at this point, and there's no highlights on the page, so there's no way of me actually going back and being able to tell if they were sharing stuff about it. I can't confirm whether it was intentional or not if they had been promoting it, because unfortunately this was the last time that the 10th would play live. On December 19th, the band's Instagram page posted a trio of photos consisting of Taylor, Eden, and Harley. This post feels like somewhat of an official departure, as Kelly is the band's drummer, as she's no longer tagged in the band's Instagram bio or mentioned on the 10th page on Taylor's website. And unfortunately, this would be the last thing we hear of the band. So where are they now? So Harley is still acting, Kelly is still drumming, Eden is still working at Junior High, and Taylor is doing a mix of music, acting, and art. I wish all the best for all the folks in the 10th, and this isn't supposed to be a dig at anyone in the band for going their separate ways, or sort of like a VH1, where are they now thing. This is just a band that holds such a special place in my heart, and I just want more people to listen to them, even if they still aren't active. And I think time and place was a big factor in maybe the bands falling apart. I mean, 2019 into 2020. 2020 was not a good year for any sort of art medium that required a live audience. And obviously with music, you sort of need to be able to be together, which was tough because we weren't really allowed to do that in 2020. Even though they had a short but sweet run, The 10th is still one of my favorite bands of all time. It reminds me of such an interesting time in my life. They just reside in like my personal ranks, like up with like Bikini Kill and Alanis Morissette. If you watched this whole video and you haven't listened to The 10th before, I would highly recommend giving their album and EP a spin and checking out the incredibly aesthetically pleasing music videos they made. I hope that this video gets you listening to them and you fall in love with them like I did. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.